was trapped. And don't believe for a second there's a ₹1 million game show you can win to get out of it.
You're my driver!
This movie is smart and compelling, but it's also kind of eye-opening, particularly to those of us who like knew about India's caste system or might have heard about it, but like don't really know how it still sort of operates and can keep people down. There's a particularly like a metaphor that I really like in the movie about a rooster coop. And I'm wondering how doing this movie and like saying the lines made you sort of re-examine India.
The film is based on a book by Arvind Adiga and was written at the turn of the 21st century when India was emerging as a superpower. So a lot of what is in the film is of course based on the book. It's not just about the caste system. It's basically about the haves and the have-nots. You know, it's about the economic divide that cuts through not just our country but the entire world. It's a very universal film. While I was shooting for it, you know, I went and spent a couple of weeks in a village where I just wanted to go and experience how it would be to live in a village and how people from the village talk about city folk. And then I went and worked at a stall in Delhi for about a couple of weeks, where I was doing 12-hour shifts a day for almost 2 weeks. And I've got to tell you, like, those 2 weeks were probably the toughest days of my life. You know, I was just constantly, like, there were times when I'd be washing a dish and then in the middle of it I'd just snap out and be like, what am I doing here? Like, is this even necessary to do? But then, you know, if I hadn't done all of that, I don't think I would have, like, I just found a new respect for the working class, for the kind of life they've had, and I guess you just suddenly become more aware of your surroundings and become much more respectful towards everything, and you just have more gratitude towards everything in life once you work on something like this. And, you know, especially for me when I worked on that stall for a couple of weeks.
Priyanka, Balram ultimately does like a few sort of amoral things on the path towards the end of this movie. We come to sort of identify with him and almost say like, well, like that's what he had to do. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Where sort of you with that? And like, how did you sort of come to terms with being okay with that?
I don't know if there's a black and white, and that's the beauty of this novel and Arvind's world, that he created this fictional world and these fictional characters within a reality, which is the class disparity that exists around the world, like Adarsh said. And within all of that, what's amazing with Balram's character, and why I think you and all of us when we watch the movie sort of identify with him and are sort of rooting for him, is because it's the story of the underdog. And he's ambitious, and he's creating his own opportunity. And I think that that's the most pivotal part of the movie, is who is judging and whose morality is right, and who's the judge, and who says what is right and what is wrong, and what is black and what is white. And, you know, and what makes me very empathetic towards this movie, and it really disturbed me when I read the book, was what hunger can do to someone, what the desire to be more than your birthright, what the desire to be more than what the cards that destiny has laid out for you, what that can do to someone, and like tangible hunger in your belly can do to someone. And you know, that's pivotal for all of us who become desensitized to the world to think about and to feel uncomfortable about, because there's a large part of the world that exists in this class disparity.
I'm just one who has woken up while the rest of you are still sleeping.